Hello, I'm Dave Jenkins from Harriet Watt, and I lead the CESI Flex Fund project looking at socio-technical energy modelling of communities. The purpose of the work was to identify issues that are potentially important to key actors when designing future low-carbon communities, but not always well characterised by the standard energy models that we use. So to investigate this, we ran a series of interviews with stakeholders from industry and local government and got them talking about the themes that they felt should be at the forefront of decision-making processes, such as the financing of retrofit, fuel poverty, and so on. We then captured these themes and structured a workshop around them, asking participants to discuss to what extent they are informed on these issues by current modelling practices and standard modelling outputs, and distinguishing here between the modeler who produces the information and also the recipient of that information, who might not have understanding of the model itself. In doing so, we highlighted a number of areas that numerical models don't always do a good job of characterizing, often due to the qualitative nature of that issue or simply data access restrictions where the data may exist, but it's not always commonly accessible to the modeler or the user. And this helped us better understand the scope of our own current models. That is what they shouldn't be used for, which is perhaps one of the more important questions, but also pointing to areas of improvement that we can work on in the future for where our models should be applied. Of particular interest was the feedback that models don't really understand the fuel poor. They don't always account for the barriers to technology adoption, and they can struggle to reflect changes to local or national government policy. And this can result in overly optimistic future scenarios being run that ultimately are unlikely to represent the real situations being experienced by households and non-domestic building users. On the one hand, that might suggest that models need to fundamentally change how they identify inputs for household behavior, or noting the limitations of numerical models, simply coming with stronger and more visible warning labels so that users of the information of these models and the modelers themselves make more appropriate use of the model outputs.